Hi, I'm Angela Centofanti, and I'm a local real estate agent here out of Buckeye Lake. And I was approached by citizens of Fairfields to share some of my concerns as a real estate professional for the upcoming solar panels that are coming into Walnut Township.
What do you find to be some of the challenging things that are facing you now that you've become aware of the solar developments that are slated for our area?
Well, like so many other people, I'm not against solar. I'm not against development. I'm not against growth. I mean, that's, I think, what we all strive to do, is to grow and become better and to do things in a better way. So as a real estate agent, selling land, listing land around the lake, around the solar farms, it becomes very concerning when people are in essence going into these real estate transactions, leasing their lands, and we're talking thousands of acres, and they're signing non-disclosure statements. Well, why are these companies being held to a different standard than any regular landowner? It becomes very concerning, because for years they were putting these leases in place and planning this, and no one knew. There's these types of integrity issues that I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with a solar farm. I don't have a problem with somebody selling their property to a solar, or leasing their property to a solar farm, or selling their property to whoever they want. We live in America.
Right.
The problem is that the standard that I have to live up to is not the standard that these companies are necessarily living up to. And that non-disclosure is the concern that I have with them rolling into our community, or any community, without the same guidelines that we have to protect the public.
So one time you said to me, the argument against property rights is property rights. And personally, I thought that was brilliant. It was so succinct. Can you talk a little bit about property rights and your understanding of that in relation to this
Sure.
issue?
That's the biggest argument we hear from people. They can lease their land, they have property rights, and 100%. I think nobody is ever going to question that. I don't have any judgment on them, on those residents, for leasing their land. The property rights that they are invoking are also impeding on another person's property rights. So, we have, nuisance laws, we have zoning laws, we have all these things. So property rights laws are not the only issue at hand. And I think that's what, everybody wants to hang their hat on, that property rights, but the property rights of the families that lease the property are ultimately affecting property values potentially, and a lot of, lifestyle changes with, broken roads and, impeding views and noise and, wildlife being injured. And there's a lot of things that are going to be affecting the people that live in and around this area. But here we're in a situation where there's no transparency, there's no zoning in place, and there's no one protecting the property rights of the other citizens, and that's a real problem.